Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, back with more spoilers from Guild of Ravnica. These are from all their little douchebags who kiss their ass, so needless to say, most of them are blurry as hell. Wow, Wizards, what a great impression to give people. What a wonderful first impression of your new product is a bunch of blurry, like, cell phone shots from somebody who doesn't know how to upload a digital version of it to Twitter. Here, look at this. Arboretum Elemental. Okay, if that's how they're gonna spoil the card, maybe don't send them another one. Just saying. I thought that, like, the whole point of giving them a spoiler was that they could present it to their fans in a way that, you know, they could read it. Anyway, I could read this one. None of them are, like, that bad, but this just pisses me off. That and the foreign language ones. Anyway, Arboretum Elemental, it costs 9. Just kidding, I lied. It has Convoke. It doesn't cost 9. And then it has Hexproof, and it's a 7/5. So that is annoying. Whatever, best way to stop a Convoke deck is a board wipe, and board wipe will get right through that Hexproof, so whatever. I just hate Hexproof. Universally, every card with Hexproof, I automatically hate it. If I can't target it, then what the hell am I supposed to do? Obviously at 7/5, not beat it in combat. Next up, oh my god, this card must be in 4K by comparison. Look at that, it's sharp, I can actually read it, I can actually see the artwork. What a concept. By the way, anybody else notice that when it's a common, it looks like a completely different set symbol? Like, completely different. Anyway, this has Haste and Mentor and 4/2, which is a really good combination, and then it costs 5. So there goes that. A 2 toughness creature for 5, really? So if you're not familiar, Mentor, when this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature with a lesser power. You are going to get, by the time you have 5 mana, 1 swing with this. I guarantee it. With 2 toughness, you'll be lucky if you even land that first hit. Next up, Deadly Visit. I like that artwork, that's pretty funny. So for 5 as a sorcery, you can destroy target creature. Well, sign me up. Surveil 2, who cares? Okay, not me. I can toss 2 things in the graveyard. Who cares? I mean, you can kind of like reload the shotgun in a removal heavy deck where, you know, you not guarantee, but you very much help the fact that maybe you'll, you know, put another removal spell on the top of your library, but it doesn't even go to your hand. I mean, this is sorcery speed. It would have to be a damn good Surveil deck. I mean, I could see this going into, like, a Graveyard Resurrection all-black deck, but anything else, boy, I don't know. This would be, like, really good at the pre-release, though. Next up, whoever leaked this, spoiled it, whatever the hell you want to call it, wow, they might as well just drove to the artist's house and just slapped him right in the face. This looks like blurry garbage and it's barely readable. Like, have some respect for the game, my god. That's right, Desolator Magic just told this person to have respect for the game. It's like Charlie Sheen telling you maybe you've had one too many. Anyway, this is a 3-cost sorcery in red, double red, oh boy, deals 2 damage to any target and then jumpstart. Honestly, that jumpstart, that makes it worth it. This would be absolute flaming garbage if it wasn't for the jumpstart. So, if you're not familiar, where were you when I uploaded my last video? But you may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost. Then exile this card. So you can cast this once, any target. So the opponent's life total, planeswalker, or a creature, and then you get to cast it again. So you got to pay the full 3. It's still sorcery speed. So it's not terrible, especially when you're, like, counting the number of spells that you cast in a turn, because, you know, everybody just loves Storm and Pseudo Storm so much. God, I'm gonna miss Aetherflux Reservoir so much. I mean, whatever am I going to do without people constantly playing that garbage on MTG Arena? I can't even picture a world without the 50 Bomber Storm card. So, I mean, you better have a lot of mana. This is not going to be the best card in the deck. I wouldn't be surprised if nobody plays it, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it goes in certain decks. So, you know, we'll see. Next up, oh look, Guild Gates are back. Golgari Guild Gate. It comes in tapped and it's a gate. It's basically a welcome deck land. I mean, I guess you could double down on fixing because I think this is probably a legal come in tapped garbage land as well. What I'm way more concerned about is any kind of gate interaction, because what was it last time? Let me think. Oh yeah, the entire deck was board wipes, counterspells, and removal, and control and draw, and it was get out 10 gates and win. You just win the game. So you just piss them off, don't even let them play their deck, and then win with some bullshit win condition that they made up. Gee, that was a fun deck. I hope they bring that back. Everybody was a really big fan of Approach of the Second Sun, and people totally aren't calling for Taperi and Search for Azcanta to be banned. If he gains enough weight, I'll call him Taperi because he'll be pear-shaped. So next up, Hammer Dropper, you know, from Mario, remember? So this is a 4-cost 5/2 with Mentor. Okay, he's going to drop a counter on something, but once again, and this is why Mentor's not really shaping up, you are going to be able to swing one time with this, okay? This thing has 2 toughness, you guys. You are swinging once without like a miracle or like a make a stand or anything to keep this guy alive. I mean, with Bugler and to a way bigger extent Mentor of the Meek, not the mechanic. I bet that wasn't a coincidence, though. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they're throwaway creatures. Maybe there'll be a death effect trigger. I mean, I'm starting to think that these aren't supposed to be durable creatures, you know, because they aren't. But for like a creature blitz deck, it sure seems expensive and slow, so I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. Next up, we got a big blurry birdo. It's a Healer's Hawk. It costs 1. It's 1/1 for 1. Flying lifelink. I love it, obviously. You guys, come on. Did you even need to ask? Life gain in the air that costs 1. A turn 1 drop with lifelink. I freaking love this thing. I mean, it's no aerial responder. Let's just get that out of the way right now. We will never have that thing replaced unless they literally replace it. But, I mean, it's a 1-drop. It's not a 3-drop. So, you know, it's a memorial to aerial responder and the tragic loss of him in Standard. Next up, oh my gosh, I can actually read it. It's a Moodmark Painter. I have no idea what that is, but if it means drawing weird lines on your forehead and stuff, I'm not that into it, I'll be perfectly honest. Kind of has an SJW vibe to it. I'm surprised his or her hair ain't purple. So this has Undergrowth. When Moodmark Painter enters the battlefield, target creature gains Menace and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your graveyard. Oh boy. That is vicious. And this isn't just a throwaway spell. I mean, for maybe 3 mana, this would be a damn good instant. But, I mean, it's kind of game-ending potentially. I am shocked that this is a common, not an uncommon. Because, I mean, just think about it. You could get, like, +10 attack and Menace. So you don't even need to boost the toughness. So on top of it, you get a Human, Shaman, 2/3, which is, you know, not nothing. I mean, I'd put this around Ravenous Chupacabra level, where it's like, okay, you get a creature 2, it's nothing special. Here's the thing, though. I am worried about the next 3 sets and the rest of this set already. It's when it enters the battlefield, not when it's cast. Now, they didn't say cast because then if you counter it, they would still get the effect, which that would be pretty broken. But it should say, like, when it enters the battlefield, like, for the first time or something, but also that wording wouldn't work because it's considered a new permanent. Oh, the correct term that they use to fix this is if it entered the battlefield from your hand. So what I'm getting at is you flicker this and you just win. Bringing this back from your graveyard, watch out. I think the Golgari, Graveyard Resurrection, and Undergrowth decks are going to be the absolute best in the game. Sarkhan's Unsealing Red Midrange Dragons is going to be one of the best in the game. And the Izzet Spell Spamming Pseudo Storm is going to be one of the other best in the game. And then Blue-White Control if they don't ban it, but they will. I don't even need to see any more cards to tell you that that's what it's looking like right now. So the fact that this isn't a rare is astonishing, and the fact that it's not even an uncommon is mind-blowing, because this card could single-handedly win the game. I mean, you may have just made a creature virtually unblockable, or forced a 1-for-2 trade, or, I mean, you give it to a Trampler, like, just, there's so many options. This is absolutely crazy. The best thing is, I mean, you hit this with Cast Down the second it hits the battlefield. Too bad, effect already went off. Of course, in that case, just blow up whatever they boosted, but, yeah, I really, honestly, I think this card's a little much. I think it's a little bit OP. It's flirting with it, but, oh, it's a little much. Next up, Murmuring Mystic. Oh my god, is this blurry? Who is responsible for this? Jeez. Anyway, it's a human wizard, which that'll be fun. It's a 1/5 for 4 because everybody knows wizards are known for their armor and their hit points. So a 1/5 will just shut down combat. Combat is over. You can't swing, and if you do, you're going to lose something. I mean, this is so much better than, like, even a 0/4, because, like, nothing within reason in the first couple turns of the game is getting past this, which, okay, it costs 4, so, you know, there's that. But the 1, okay, now it can kill anything that has 1 toughness. So your opponent is probably done swinging with, I mean, who knows, half their creatures. I mean, it depends what kind of deck, but yikes, 1/5 and it's over. And so what you do is you stall out combat while you're removing any creature that could kill this, or trample past it, or whatever, anything bigger than it, you know, with your blue, red, you know, obnoxious control spells. And then on top of it, every single time you get a 1/1 blue bird, that will just kill them in the air. This card can single-handedly be the entire engine of the game. So I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate the Izzet guild. I hate their mechanics. I hate Storm. Everybody hates Storm. They said Storm's never coming back, and then they printed Aetherflux, and then they printed this bullshit. So between charge counters, graveyard resurrection, pseudo flashback, and all the other horseshit that they put in this set, yeah, Standard's not going to be so fun. I have a feeling Damping Sphere is going to be a $5 card. I'd buy him up if I were you. Next up, Radical Idea. Oh boy, she looks like she's got a radical idea. It's a 2-cost instant, draw a card, and then jumpstart. So in other words, draw 2 cards for 4 and split the cost. That's actually not as bad as it looks. I've seen stuff like this before. I think one of them was in Theros, and yeah, people played it, so yeah, this ain't bad. And don't forget, like, in a vacuum, this is pretty good. When you're already like, hey, how many instants and sorceries did I play this turn? How many are in my graveyard? Okay, now we've got something, because you're going to cast this twice. This is actually going to be highly, highly annoying. I think we found the new Glimmer. Next up, Rosemane's Centaur. It's a 5-cost 4/4 with Convoke, so that's kind of cool. And then it has Vigilance, so and that's just solid. You might, slip this into a deck that's a Convoke deck. Just get this out early and ta-da, swing every turn. You got something to block with too. It's nothing too special, it just is what it is, you get what you see, but it's pretty good. Next up, Sonic Assaulters, I like to call it Blake Rasmussen's Articles. It costs 3, it's an instant, and it's on color with Izzet, so I'm sure it'll be toxic and degenerate. Oh look, tap target creature and it deals 2 damage to that creature's controller and it has Jumpstart. Wow, can't wait to play against this. Screw the Izzet guild. And next up, we got a surprise, everybody. I gotta turn my head. Statue. I don't remember what the intermediary word is supposed to be on split cards. On Aftermath, it was 2, like farm to market. On this one, who cares? Maybe there is no intermediary word. Anyway, instant. Ooh, Hybrid Mana's back. Big surprise. Saw that coming a mile away. It costs 1. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. Oh my god, you can do that at instant speed in the middle of combat. That's crazy. And then on top of that, pay 4. Instant speed. Destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Wow, this is going to be heavily played. I mean, if this ain't main decked, it's in your sideboard. Holy crap. Next up, Unexplained Disappearance. It's a 2-cost instant, and it's Dimir. Thank God, I'm sick of Izzet already. Return target creature to its owner's hand, Surveil 1. You know what? I could totally see Izzet actually playing this. It's your typical blue bounce back to hand instant. Nothing special. I mean, Surveil 1, ooh, whatever. I mean, it's basically Select for Inspection, but overpriced. Oh, and that's the last one. Good. I'm sick of seeing these Izzet cards already, and we haven't even seen the worst of them. I think we've seen, what, 1 Mythic? I guess like 2 if you count Ral. I can't wait to see the Izzet Mythics. Those will be fun. Damping Sphere, everybody. Buy Damping Sphere right now. I am telling you, everybody's going to play that to shut down Izzet, if Izzet takes off and there's not a more degenerate deck. And that little disclaimer in there. But FYI, Damping Sphere shuts down Teferi to an extent too, so, yeah. Thanks for watching. Destroy that subscribe button if you want to see more of these epic spoilers, and I will see you guys next disaster.